morning and welcome back to another vlog. If you know me and you watch my channel, you're probably like, what the heck? That was a Keurig coffee filling, not an espresso cup filling. That's because this morning I am at my boyfriend Zach's house, really locking in, taking advantage of Hotel Zach, as he calls it, while he is on a work trip. Mostly because my roommate had jaw surgery, her sister's in town helping her recover, and she is using our office slash spare bedroom space, so I thought it'd be easier if I could just get out of their hair and come here and do some work. He also has like impeccable natural lighting we love. It is a little before 11 o'clock. I am in the middle of my article writing workshop. We are doing independent writing time. It meets on Zoom, obviously. We spent the first hour chatting about the workbook, really talking about what it's gonna take to get an article from draft to ready for publication in 12 weeks. We're following Wendy Belcher's How to Write a Journal Article in 12 Weeks. And this is my student academic appointment instead of teaching for the fall 2024 semester, doing it through the Writing Center. I'm very excited and very grateful for this position, especially because it leaves me a lot of time to work on my discs. So that's what we're gonna do for the next hour or so before I have to wrap up the group and head home. So this is the office space that we're using. I can just spread all my stuff out. He has his desk over here. Obviously not using that. Let's get to work. Okay, just got home after going through a mini emotional roller coaster. I have 12 minutes before I have to lead another group. So I'm gonna put a quick veggie burger on because Hotel Zach is great, but he lacks in snacks. So I'm pretty hungry. Okay, so while this pan heats up, I will quickly try to recap. Basically, after I wrapped up my last Zoom call, I looked at my phone and I had like 3 missed FaceTime calls and a bunch of texts from Megan's friend, who I've also met. She's been here quite a few times. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And she was like, I found Taylor Swift tickets in Indianapolis for $400 a ticket. And at this point, I'm willing to like pay every penny in my bank account to see her. I want to see her so freaking bad. Anyway, she was like, if you Venmo me the money, I'm gonna get the tickets. And she sent a screenshot of the Instagram message, and it was someone that she knows. It was like a friend of a friend, basically. And so she's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it. And I'm like sitting there freaking out. And then her friend, then she messages her friend who she knows, and she's like, I'm gonna buy tickets from your friend. And she's like, oh my gosh, wait, don't. That's not her. Her account got hacked. So we almost got scammed. But I'm heartbroken because for like 5 minutes, I thought that I was gonna see Taylor Swift. And I'm not. If you somehow have tickets in the US, specifically in Indy, please send me an email, leave a comment. I need them so bad. Not a lot, but I need. Anyway, I feel a little bit underprepared for this group that I'm about to lead. So since Megan's recovering from her surgery, I am covering her dissertation writing group. But it is a foundations group, not like a writing and solidarity group. So there's some readings about like how to manage time. And I've read them before, but I wish I had a little bit more time to refamiliarize myself with them. But it's just leading discussion and it will be fine. And then for the independent writing time, I'm hoping to continue working on my discs. I didn't make as much progress as I wanted to at Zach's house. I wrote, I don't know, some. But I really want to finish up that section and then hopefully reread an article and then do another section. Gotta lock in today. Post 2 cups of coffee and that emotional roller coaster. It's a little after 2 o'clock. I did the first hour check-in where we talked about the readings, introduced each other, and it just took like a little bit more energy than I thought it would. I haven't like been on a Zoom call, facilitated a Zoom call with like a group of people in a while, and I did 2 today. So part of me feels like I need a little break before I can get back into the writing. I really need to write more today because I feel like I just like didn't do a whole lot this morning for some reason. I don't know, honestly I think I was getting distracted by emails. I need to like close out that email tab. So I think I might watch a quick YouTube video, reset for a little bit, and then hop into some writing again. I did a little more writing. I wrapped up the Zoom call in now. Laying in bed. I'm thinking I might take a nap, but I'm gonna read some of this book just for this summer. I haven't been loving it, to be honest. I know that might be a controversial take because people love this book. I read her other two, the first two that come like in this series really loosely. And I like both of them better than this, so sorry. And I'm just like really excited to read my next book. So I'm gonna try and wrap this one up. And then I think I need to go to Kroger to grab some stuff for dinner. Almost 6 o'clock, just finished the book. I gave it 3.5 stars. It was fine. My Switch is out because I've been playing Animal Crossing again. And Purr is here. Megan let her outside. She rolled around in the dirt. So I'm hoping to keep her on this blanket, which I can easily wash. Not my old comforter. Oh, not the dirty paws. Anyway, I am gonna go to Kroger. Here's the fit that I've been wearing all day. My little boxer shorts, fake Birkenstock Bostons, little sweater. We're having some cute little fall weather today, so I'm gonna get some stuff for soup for dinner. Some pre-made tomato soup that I just added a little pesto to, some tortellini, and then a little take and bake bread. And I couldn't resist these because I saw them on TikTok, and I'm a sucker for anything fall. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. A bit of a late start this morning because I just had to start that new book. But it's a little before 10:30. I'm gonna go to the library just wearing a comfy fit. And I don't have to do anything today until 1 o'clock when I have a Zoom call for an article writing group. But it's a solidarity group, so it's really just like checking in, introducing ourselves, setting goals, and then mostly independent writing time. There's no like peer review element or workshopping, so it should be pretty easy.
We look to the mountains. We don't care if it's only a dream. Nothing is really what it seems anyway.
Okay, it is a little before 1 o'clock now. I am back at Zach's house in his office, cozied up with a blanket. It's been cool outside, so it's only like 71 in his house, which is pretty cool for Zach's house. I had to come back here today because he wants me to take out the trash this evening, or like before this evening. So I was like, sure, I'll just get a little work done here. But it actually worked out nicely because the branch of the library that I was at is pretty close to this house, which is like somewhat far for me. I mean, Bloomington as a whole, you could get from like one side to the other in 20 minutes, so nothing is like far, but sometimes it feels far going from one end to the other. But I was at the library this morning, got some work done. I went to the front desk and was just like, hey, how can I like get in one of those study rooms? Because I've seen them, but I never like looked into it. And they were like, oh, I could just like reserve one for you right now and put you in one. And I was like, great. So that was really nice. I think I may like that, especially if I want to work with someone where we want to be like chatting a little bit, because you obviously don't want to chat in the library. And I am working on reading Steph Sarasso's article, Re-Educating the Senses. This article is the blueprint. Steph Sarasso, Jody Shipka, and Wysocki, that's my holy trinity for my dissertation research. I love them so much. Their pieces are all pieces that I read in the first rhetoric class I ever took, which was digital rhetoric with my advisor, my first year of grad school. And who would have thunk that all these years later I'd still be returning to them as a foundation of my project. But it's really wild to like reread this for the first time in a while, and it is also very enlightening. I'm getting a lot of like good quotes about defamiliarization, really thinking through the way that she uses this, and I am hoping that this will inspire me to do a little stint of writing later today. Also at 1 o'clock, I have to hop on the Zoom call for leading the writing group. So I figured that this would be a good place to do that call as well. Again, because I don't want to like kick Megan's sister out of the room. And I don't want to do it in like the open space of our kitchen or my bedroom. So this is just like the vibe. Hotel Zach, you know?
When you wanna be loved by everyone, you get fooled by anyone so easily. I'm lost. You say you're tired, so am I, but without.
Okay, it is 2:40. I think I need to go home now. I'm so tired. I told the people on this group that I may be relocating, so if I leave the call, don't be alarmed. But I'll obviously come back to check in an hour to see how we do on our goals. But I forgot how long reading an article in depth can take, because I thought I'd have time to like read it and then like jump into writing, but I took like, I mean, I did do writing. I took so many detailed notes. I did so much free writing. I just didn't like write in the actual document. So it doesn't feel like I did writing in a way. But this article is just so good. I read it because I wanted to see what she says about defamiliarization. In my memory of the article, she says so much about it. But in rereading it, she circles around it a lot, but really only explicitly talks about it for like a couple paragraphs. But she says a lot of really other great things that I think are really going to be useful in chapter 4. So I'm trying to let myself, like, let some artificial boundaries fall away, because I don't have to lock myself into chapter 3. There are some things that are obviously related to chapter 4, so I can do that writing now. I can document that stuff while it's all fresh in my head. So I feel like I'm working on both those chapters at the same time right now, honestly, especially with this article. Because chapter 3 is theorizing why embodied hyper-awareness exists because of defamiliarization and strangeness, and chapter 4 is sort of saying like, okay, what do we do with it? Why is it beneficial? Because it helps us become more aware of our audiences and compose with like diversity in mind. Gonna have myself another little slow morning. It is much later. It is 7:30 p.m. I somehow was in a rush this morning, even though I had all the time in the world, and then before I knew it, I was 2 minutes late to work this morning. So Thursdays are going to be long days, because I'm going to be on campus from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. 1 to 4, I'm leading an article writing workshop, and then 4 to 8, I'm tutoring regular hours. I only had one appointment today, so I could leave early, because if no one signs up by 7:10, no one can sign up. So it wasn't too bad, but if I would have 4 like booked hours, that'd be a lot. So my boss was like, do you want to change these hours? And I was like, you know, like maybe. So she sent me an email. I also picked up some Zip pizza on my way home. It's like a little personal pizza. Just got like a veggie pizza, and I'm not feeling as exhausted as I could. I think I'm riding a bit of a high. I wrote my first cover letter for an academic job today. It's due at the end of September. I technically wrote a cover letter last year when I applied to that one job and got an interview. But this feels like the first letter since I'm like fully on the market. So that was exciting. Also brainstormed, made an outline for my diversity statement because that's what I'm missing. Only needs to be probably like a page, so not very long. Yeah, and just worked on job stuff today for the most part. Feeling good. Feeling excited. One drawback though is that I do have to be on campus at 9 a.m. tomorrow to lead, it's called a scholarly write-in. So I don't have to like lead discussion or anything. We just meet up and write together in the library. But 9 a.m. is early. So leaving at 8 p.m., going in at 9 a.m., that's a bit of a closed open situation. So yeah, I'll probably end up changing these hours. But I am glad because it's gonna get me like up and at 'em on a Friday morning. So I'm gonna go inside, change my shoes because they're hurting so bad, or just take them off and eat my pizza. Okay, it's a little before 10 o'clock. I have my fantasy football team going and playing my sister's boyfriend. It's just a league I have with my family. But Zach is in it this year, so that's exciting. I have some peppermint tea steeping, my fall candle burning. The room is a mess, just ignore it. Got this new lighter on Amazon. It's about time. I'm so sick of having to constantly replace the regular lighters. I'm gonna get into some comfy PJs, cuddle with Miss Purr, and read my book. Okay, let's go to campus. Happy Friday. Back home now. After some free pizza on campus, which was kind of nice. Apparently every Friday in the library they do an event for students where they just have free food all day long. Donuts this morning, pizza this afternoon, some, I think it was called Hawaiian Hoosier, something like this evening. So I think I'll get free food after my writing group every single Friday. And then as soon as I got home, I basically had to quickly turn around and hop on 2 back-to-back Zoom calls. One to set up the writing group, a Zoom call that I currently have running right now. We're writing in solidarity. And then another one to talk about someone who's going to take over a group for someone else and just to like facilitate a peaceful transition of power, which is so dramatic, just to like field any questions or anything like that. This week has felt like a lot in terms of like workload of like writing groups and stuff like that, but it has not felt like more than teaching, which is a win. And I think as the semester goes on, it will feel like less and less work. Also this morning, I was feeling so good just being like up and working in the library by 9 a.m. on a Friday. I was just like, I'm crushing it. So that's something I'm actually looking forward to doing every Friday. And I'm also like, do I need to like just do that more? Do I need to do that on my own on like Mondays too or something? Because I just felt really productive. And I got my like 2.5, 3 hours of work done, and I feel like I was good for the day. Didn't feel like I had to do more. Worked on my dissertation, got almost 600 words written of a section I had been dreading writing. So yeah, that's a slay. I'm gonna pop this memory card in to my computer and edit the vlog for a little while. Okay, it is 3:45, so we can come back together and check in to see how we did on our goals and set some goals for the rest of the week. How did things go for you? Did you meet all your goals for the week? Or for the session? The work week is done. I'm gonna wash my face because, as I showed you guys, I put on some light makeup this morning and I have an Orange Theory class, so I want to be nice and fresh and clean to sweat. Well, that workout was hard. It's been like an hour since class, 30 minutes since class ended, and I like feel like I'm still catching my breath. First time I've ever gone in the red in Orange Theory because I don't go there to push myself, I go there to move my body with gentleness and love and care. but I just couldn't not be in the red. There was like no time for recovery. I walked at a 15 incline because that's what they told me how to do. That's nuts. Anyway, gonna change out of this sweaty top and make some dinner. I really want to shower first, but I really want to eat more. I'm ready to log in for a big night at home. It's not even 7:30. I'm in pajamas, Oreos and milk, some gummies, the same Sour Patch fall ones, a fall candle burning. Gonna binge as many episodes as I can of The Secret Lives of, what is it called? Secret Lives of Morbid Wives. I'll spare you, I won't show you on camera. Megan is next to me. Gonna be in bed, probably asleep before 11 p.m. Gonna read as much of this as I can until I fall asleep. This eye is a little irritated right now because Probably was sitting in my lap while Megan and I were watching TV. We ended up watching, you'll never guess it, Shrek. It was just one of those nights. The Secret Life of Mormon Wives show was kind of a flop. We both agreed that it'd be better if Bravo did it instead of Hulu. We watched like an episode and a half and we're like, meh, unimpressed. But anyway, I think I'm gonna end off the vlog here. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I plan on finishing the rest of the editing tomorrow and hopefully getting it up, published and on YouTube pretty close to real time. And I'll see you in the next one.